Yo, what is going on, guys? My name's Toxic here, and this video is going to be my top 25 operators. First we're going to start with attack, and then we're going to start with defense. So, yeah, let's just get started. Coming in at number 25, I'm going to have to say it is Buck. Okay, the reason I really hate Buck is because he is garbage. And when I say garbage, I mean garbage. His CASFW is one of the worst assault rifles in the game. It's not as worse as this one gun I'm going to show you coming up, but this gun is recoiled like crazy. Probably because it has a shotgun attached to it. That's probably another reason. Also, the CAM-RS is one of the good. If you're ever going to buy Buck, you use the CAM-RS. It is good except for when you are in close situations. One time I was playing with Buck and Carrera came up. I shot her 4 times, it didn't register. I didn't have good aim on that. She downed me, I got interrogated. I don't really like Buck, he's garbage. His shotgun's garbage, trying to kill people sometimes. It's just like, don't use him. I would not recommend him, and if you absolutely want him, then get him. Coming in at number 24 is IQ. The reason why she's number 24 is she's pretty useless. All she does is detect electronics, like, whoa, whoop-de-fucking-do, boy. All she does is detect electronics. Like, okay, whoa. And if you are going to use her, this is good for, like, sort of close range and rushing. This is for, like, medium, sort of long range. And I've never used this gun. I don't really recommend it. I never use it. If you like, you use it. I like this one the most. This one I use a lot, though. Yeah, all she does is detect electronics. I don't really like her. I would recommend getting her if you like her weapons, but I don't really recommend getting her. So, yeah. And number 23 is Blitz. I honestly hate Blitz. When you're on defense and he comes up behind you and you're like, oh, and then he flashes you and then he one-taps you a bunch of times, it's garbage. And when you use him, when you flash someone, it doesn't even work. Like, what? His pistol's weak. His hitbox is bad. He's weak as hell. You could knife him through his shield. Like, what is this? I honestly don't recommend Blitz. If you want to buy a shield, you could buy the one person coming up next. Well, the next person, okay? Don't buy Blitz unless you absolutely want it. Coming in at number 22 is Thatcher. Thatcher's really good, but not at all. Like, he's good, but he's not that good. All he does is throw EMP grenades to wipe out electronics. It's basically a buffed Twitch. He has 3 weapons, the shotgun, AR-33, and the L8 5A2. If you were to use any of these, I'd recommend this gun. I really like this gun from the SAS. This gun's okay too, but I'd recommend this gun. Yeah, all he does is throw EMP grenades. He's pretty okay, I guess. I wouldn't pick him as your first operator to get, but he's pretty good. And coming in at number 22 is Montagne, or Montagne as you properly say it. He's one of the best shields operators. He extends his shield, so like full body protection from. Like, you can protect the other operators behind you. They can get kills for you. You can scout people. Pretty good. He has 2 weapons: the P9 and the revolver. The revolver is the strongest one, but the P9 has more capacity. 2 gadgets, etc. If you were gonna buy a shield operator, I'd get him first. So yeah. Coming at number 21 is Twitch. This gun right here, the 417, worst gun in the game. It has strong damage, but it is bad. It is bad, bad, bad. Don't use it. If you're gonna buy Twitch, use the F2. It's the best one. Use ACOG with it. I guarantee, hands down, you'll like this operator with this gun. She has 2 pistols, revolver, and the P9, claymore, all that stuff. Shotgun I never used on offense. What she does, she has 2 Twitch drones, aka shock drones, and she's like Thatcher, but she has drones instead. And she can shoot people with them, and she can down and get kills with them. Once your Twitch drones get killed, they're useless. It's not good. I mean, I recommend getting her if you want someone that's useful. Coming in at number 19 is Ash. She has 2 weapons, R4C and the G36C. If you want sort of a recoil weapon, but really good, I recommend the G36C with ACOG. It's really good. R4C is the main weapon. If you are new with Ash, I would use this weapon. She has 2 pistols. This one's the best one, obviously. I put suppressor on it just because. 2 gadgets, And she has a grenade launcher that shoots wooden objects, windows, doors, unreinforced walls. She's pretty good for unreinforced walls and everything else. She's a 3-speed operator. She's really good. I'd recommend getting her. So, going up at number 18 is Sledge. Sledge is the same thing as Ash, just up close, and he has a breaching hammer instead of a grenade launcher, and there's 25 charges with it, I believe. He has 2 weapons, a shotgun and the L85A2, which is the best weapon I pretty much hands down think is in the game. He has 1 pistol and an SMG-11. If you're going to choose anything, I'd use the SMG-11. 2 gadgets, etc. He's pretty good. I mean, if you want to get him, go ahead. I'd recommend getting him. He's pretty good. Coming in at number 18 is Fuse. Fuse is, on defense, he's one of the most irritating operators. When you get killed by him, you want to kill yourself, basically. Not really, don't kill yourself, anybody. He has 3 weapons, LMG, I've never used. I have some upgrades for it. That's because I did a challenge. AK-12, this is the best weapon. He has a shield, 2 pistols, 2 gadgets. Basically what he does, he has a cluster charge, which shoots like 13 grenades, something like that, into a room. They could go anywhere, and one explosion could kill you. It's annoying. He's really good on secure area, not good at hostage. I would not recommend using on hostage. He's okay on bomb. He's really irritating to use. I would recommend him after you get a few more operators. Coming in at number 17 is Thermite. Now, Thermite has breaching charge that goes through reinforced walls or anything else. Hatches that are reinforced. He's really good. He has 2 weapons, shotgun, and then this gun. This gun, really, really, really good. With ACOG, it's the best gun, hands down. 2 pistols, 2 gadgets, etc. He puts breaching charges down, and they just go through reinforced walls and hatches that are reinforced. I'd recommend getting him. So yeah, he was number 15, my bad. Coming in at number 14 is Hibana. She is like Thermite, but she doesn't like break the whole wall. She's like a mirror on offense. She puts peepholes and she can break hatches. She's really good. She's a 3-speed operator. She has 2 guns, Supernova and an assault rifle thing. I don't use this gun at all. This gun is really good, but it has high recoil. If you're in medium range or short range, it's really good. I wouldn't recommend firing like full auto, holding it down at long range. Only tap. And she has 2 weapons. This one's the best one out of the 2. If you want, you can use this too. She has 2 gadgets, etc. She's like Thermite, but peek holes type thing. I'd recommend getting her, but I wouldn't recommend getting her as your first DLC operator. So coming in at number 13 is Jackal. He is one of the newer DLC operators. He is part of the GEO. He comes with 3 weapons: the shotgun, C7E, and the PDW-9. I'd recommend both of these, but if you were to choose one, I'd recommend this one. Really good. This gun's pretty good too. Pistol and 1 shotgun, 2 gadgets, etc. What he does, he tracks footprints and shows them where they are. He's really good. I'd recommend getting him if you want to get a new operator. I'd get him over the new other operator, Mira. Haven't got her yet, but so coming in at number 12 is Glaz. This is number 1 for attack. After that buff with the thermal sight, he is hands down the best operator in the game. He, like, when you hear a glass shot, you can't peek anywhere, otherwise you're dead. He's really good. Like with that thermal sight now, he's too OP. I honestly think he should be buffed. His gun is OP as hell too. It's so good. Really good damage. He has 2 weapons, 2 gadgets. If you were to use 1 gadget, I say smoke grenades. He's really, really good. If you're gonna buy any operator, I'd recommend this one first. So yeah, going on to defense now. I'd have to say the least favorite one of mine is Tajanka. Everyone hates Tajanka. He's like the meme of Siege. Lord Tajanka, you know. He has 2 weapons, SAG, 12, and by 19 VSN, 2 pistols, 2 gadgets, etc. He puts a LMG machine gun thing down that's kind of has recoil. It's not as good. People could use his thing, so I wouldn't recommend getting him as your first operator. He's not that good, in my opinion. Smoke. Smoke is kind of a useless operator, but he's good at some maps and some points. He throws smoke grenades that keeps people from out of the room, so if you're playing secure area, in the times you're about to run out, you throw smokes down, they can't get in the room. It kills them if they run into it. 2 guns, this one and this one. If you were to use both of them, it doesn't matter. I like this one more. SMG-11, pretty good operator, 2 gadgets, etc. I wouldn't recommend getting him yet. He's probably the noobest one to get first, but I would recommend him after you get a few other ones. And coming in the next spot is Rook. Now, Rook has 3 weapons, this one, and this one. If you were to use any of these, I'd recommend the MP5. The P90 is okay, but has recoil like crazy. And this is a shotgun, it's really OP and stuff. 2 pistols, 2 gadgets, etc. His ability throws down armor that seems to not help at all. Like, legit, he's kind of a useless operator. The only reason I see people use him is because of the MP5. It's really good. But if you were to use the MP5, I'd recommend Doc, which, coming up next is Doc. Now, Doc is just like Rook, but not really. He has a P90, same weapons and all that stuff. He has 2 pistols, 2 gadgets, and his ability shoots medic things, so it heals people, and people are down. He could heal them from long range, but at times his med things seem to be inaccurate. Like when you're really close, he can miss them somehow. I don't know why. They have to stay very, very still. He's kind of a useless operator unless people are needing healing. He only has 3 of them, so I would recommend getting him. But yeah, coming next is Capcan. Now Capcan is kind of like Tajanka. He's Spetsnaz, but he doesn't have that ability. He has the same weapons, 2 same weapons, all that sort of stuff. What he does, he puts trip mines down next to doors, windows, all that good stuff. And if people walk into him, they explode. He's kind of useless, but sometimes he's really, really good. And when you walk into them on attack, he gets annoying as hell. So if you want someone that's just like kind of campy and can get you kills, I'd recommend this person. He's pretty good at sometimes. I don't like his weapons though, so yeah. Next person is Castle. Castle he has 2 weapons, shotgun and UMP, 2 pistols, 2 gadgets. He just puts like reinforced windows and doors. Fuse, it's fuse heaven when he uses those. Basically he's kind of useless at most times. Sometimes he's useful. It just depends. He puts reinforced wall or doors and windows. Yeah, I'd recommend getting him, I guess, after you get other operators, but if you want to get him, you can. But going into the next one is Mute. Now, Mute puts jammers. What that means is so you know there's drones and the round thing. When they go near them, they get muted and they can't move or anything. They're basically fried after that. And you can also put them on reinforced reinforced walls that cause ability things. He's really good. I like his MP5K. I don't use his shotgun as much. He only has 1 pistol, 2 gadgets. I'd recommend getting this one first. But yeah, going into the next one is Caveira. Now, I main Caveira, but she's hard to use at some points. She has 2 weapons, the M12 and the Spaz 15. The Spaz 15 is like a sniper pretty much. It's really, really, really good. Only 1 pistol, that's like her main. She has like 3 abilities. This pistol, interrogation, and predatory stealth. She has 2 gadgets. I'd recommend using this one. She roams, so if you're not bad at if you're bad at roaming or not bad at roaming, I'd recommend her. But if you're bad at roaming, you have to get used to other operators roaming, and then I'd buy her. I would not recommend her being the first operator you buy of DLC operators. Yeah, going to the next one, we have Frost. Now, Frost, she puts bear traps down, basically, and people, if they walk into them, they're down, and you just get free kills and stuff. She has 2 weapons, Super 90, and this one. I'd recommend using this one. 1 pistol, 2 gadgets, and yeah. If you want to make a good combination, I'd use the shield, and when they hop over the shield, they can fall into the Frost placement. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't really know what to explain about her. She's really good. Her assault rifle is really, really, really good. Yeah, I'd recommend getting her as a DLC operator for defense. But going into the next one, we have Bandit. Now Bandit has an SMG that's really good for, like, it has hella recoil, but it's good for headshots. He also has another shotgun I don't usually use, one pistol, two gadgets, and what he does, when there's a reinforced wall, he puts it down. So Hibana, Thermite, and anybody that gets near it gets shocked. So I'd recommend buying him as one of the first ones you get. Use, if you really want like to use recoil to your advantage, I'd use ACOG on his weapon. If not, just use whatever sight. It's up to you. I'd recommend getting him for your first operator. Next, coming in at number 1 for defense is Jaeger. Now, Jaeger's this one, this assault rifle right here, 416C. It is good for headshots with the ACOG. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. Although I don't really like using Jaeger that much, but I'd recommend getting him first. One pistol, two gadgets, etc. He puts Jaeger placement things, and when people like throw grenades, flashbangs, or fuse, it stops their grenades things by exploding or whatever, stopping them from coming in the room. He's really good. I'd recommend getting him as one of your first operators. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. I'm doing a Q&A soon. I'll make a video concerning this Q&A thing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. I also forgot to talk about the operators that I don't have: Mira, Blackbeard, Valkyrie, and Echo. If I were to rank those, I'd say Blackbeard, then Echo, then Mira, then Valkyrie. I like Valkyrie. I haven't bought her yet. I was gonna buy her, but I bought Kavera instead. I'm not interested in Echo at all. Blackbeard I think is garbage. And yeah, that's my opinion. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like.